a nice idea to have the whole gang over, right, for a patio picnic of some sort. But the problem is, where do you seat everybody in those outdoor entertaining moments? We found one way to get yourself some patio tables pronto. The cost is near to nothing. The impact, totally over the top. All it takes is some paint and prep work to duplicate one darling pallet picnic. And Miss Megan Hoeppner joins me with the details. You have outdone yourself.
You think so?
This is amazing.
Thank you.
This is so sparkly and magical. What have you done?
It rolls off the tongue. Pallet picnic.
Pallet picnic.
I really like that.
Yeah,
That was cute. You know what? It was exactly what we said. We had some 30 kids coming over, and I didn't want to spend $300 on picnic tables, so I had to improvise with a pallet. And I had seen some of this online for more sophisticated, like weddings and things, so I can't take total credit for it. But I wanted to make it a little more youthful, so I had 5 pallets. I painted them with just some basic spray paint. 5 different colors, and it was for a Hawaiian themed party, but I wanted to show you how you could easily adapt it with the year as it progresses, or do it for adults.
Let's start with the photos from your partyscape, that luau kind of effect.
Fun? Yeah.
The bright whimsy is just amazing. The palm trees are crazy cool. Was the vibe just as fun?
Yes, it was. It was a little bit on the cheap this year. I'm not working as much, so I'm trying to budget, so I was just trying to find ways to do a party affordably, which I think we can all appreciate.
I love that. I think every woman has been in that space where you want to do something special, you just don't have the budget to match those big dreams, but you pulled it off.
Right, I hope so. My kids seem to love it, and the moms that came, some of them asked to take some pallets home. I'm like, yes, so it actually worked out really well.
And really, pallet and spray paint.
Yes, with pallets you have to look, some are a little in better condition than others, so check them out. Don't just run behind the grocery store and grab any old pallet. And also there's a whole bunch of research online about pallets that are not chemically treated and things like that. I hate to admit this, but I didn't get quite that in depth with it, but if that's a higher priority, which I know it is for some people, you can check out how to find pallets that are a little bit more on the safe side, I guess.
Well, here's the variation on our Studio 5 Plaza today with 2 of the cutest 4th of July models I've ever seen. Hi, girlies. How are those donuts? Yeah, they tasting good, says the cute powdered mouth. Yeah. Tell us how you did adapt it, Megan, for the 4th of July theme.
So with this, I just have one, but as I said, you can put 5, 10, 20 stretched out across any space for a longer table. So I kept the blue one, and that easily translates to 4th of July. Even though it's not a navy blue, that's okay. It still ties in with the navy and everything.
Totally.
And you will notice it's a little bit lifted off the ground, so my little firecrackers there have some space for their legs.
How did you do that?
That's just taking a 2x4 and getting it with a drill and screwing it in there.
So you can handle
very
that too.
simple, yep. And then again, the spray paint, you don't want to look too closely because it's kind of quick and dirty, but the idea was simply a one and done party. So, excuse me, I didn't get too elegant with it.
And I think that adds to the charm, like the rustic finish.
Yeah, and we were going for a beach vibe, and boardwalks and things are quite sun bleached and everything.
They're rickety, yes.
Yes, they're rickety, good word, yeah.
What about the suspended banner and awning? How did you jimmy rig that?
I'm so glad you brought that up. I wanted something that took all 5 pallets and made them more unified, besides just setting them side by side. So in the Hawaiian party, as you saw, there were 2 palm trees on either end. That's those same posts that I have, and I just stuck carpet rolls around them to make the palm tree.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you. In this case, the post is revealed, the palm's been removed, but to dress it up a little, I went to the dollar store and got some of that shimmery, what do you call that, garland?
Yeah. Are you kidding? It's setting the mood.
Tied it together with something draped across the middle. You could do lanterns like I did for the Hawaiian party, or you can just do some stars and stripes.
I mean, you mixed a whole bunch of mediums, from the tinsel to the paper to the fabric, and the drippings of all of it just comes together in such a fun way. Is your mind just spinning? I mean, now you've seen it tropical, you've seen it 4th of July.
Yeah, it's funny. Tiffany from your show came out. She's like, you could totally do a grown-up Indian party and serve Indian food and sit out here. I'm like, that is such a cute idea.
Yes.
So really, everyone who sees it, my friend that took some of the pallets home, she's like, I want to have a girlfriend spa night out in my backyard, and I will have these. You don't have to have them stretched together. They can just be sprinkled throughout the yard. So it really does. It's a springboard for ideas, which I love that.
Party pieces that you'll use again and again.
Oh, hello.
Looks like donuts are done.
Donuts
are done.
Yeah, I don't know if
that was
your
good for a
4th of July
minute.
picnic is going to be donuts, but we're going to roll with it.
All right, there's a variation. You've taken that palette and used it in a totally different way, equally as darling. Tell us about the drink stand.
Thank you. Yeah, this was last 4th of July. My girls wanted to sell some lemonade.
Amazing.
So I got 4 crates, painted them with
they're crates?
Yeah, they're just 4 crates pieced together, and I painted with just basic acrylic paint to replicate a flag.
Did you glue them, affix them to each other?
No.
Okay.
If it were a more permanent fixture in my backyard, I probably would.
They're just
but
stacked.
It's just out once a year, yeah. And then I used a star template, or like a stencil that I got at Joann for the stars. And again, more acrylic paint. But that's fun for either like a candy bar for your party, or if you want to make it a lemonade stand and make some moolah off
Yes.
your children, some slave labor. You know, there you go.
Make them earn that pallet picnic, right? We've kind of done the broad overview, and now tell me about some of these little details, because I saw the food picks coming out of your picnic table, and that's where your paper crafting talent is on full display.
That's where I'm pulling that in. You know what I love right now are the palm flowers on wire stems, floral wire. Have you seen those?
Yes.
So when I saw sparklers, I'm like, well, there's your wire.
Totally.
But it kind of takes your party from day to night. So at the top of it, if you're out watching the parade, you know, you got this shaker going on, and you can like, yay, give your 3 cheers.
Right.
And then once you're done, you just pull that off.
This is
and
amazing.
you have a sparkler.
This is amazing.
You know what I do as a crafter is I craft all this stuff that I love, but then what?
Right.
Totes and totes of stuff.
Right.
So I wanted a centerpiece that was both decorative and functional.
Yeah.
And that's where we got the jar, and you can take that off, have the sparkler, use it at night, and then you don't have a bunch of excess left over.
This is so clever. And the way you fanned out kind of the crepe paper.
Yeah, that was done with just, like you said, crepe paper, and then Queen & Co. makes these great shaker kits. So the Stars Queen & Company already done, and you just put some razzmatazz in the middle.
I like that.
You like that?
Little shaker,
yeah, and
sparkler on the end.
Little sparkler on the end, and there's a topper you put on to hold it all in place. So it's kind of like a little sandwich around the sparkler.
Oh my gosh,
and then, like
that's
I
so
said,
cute.
you can just pull this off, and you can light the sparkler.
You have filled our cute bucket in so many ways, and so have your little models. So thanks to them as well, Megan. You're the best. More detail available on your website. Where can we find you?
Yeah, MeganHoeppner.com. I'll show you some fun ideas, more elaboration on the centerpiece, so people can see like a step-by-step on how to do it.
I think there are going to be a lot to party moms out there copying this idea.
Really, for little kids, it's really fun.
Totally. We appreciate the inspiration. Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.